Good evening. The Gillard government's Malaysia solution is about to confront its biggest test, with the first boatload of asylum seekers arriving since the deal was announced. Alex Hart is in Canberra. And Alex, is the government ready for this?
Well, Sharon, it's trying to give the impression that everything's under control. In fact, the Immigration Minister's spokesperson dismissed the arrival this morning as, quote, just another boat. It's anything but for the people on board who'll be the first sent to Malaysia, though the government can't say exactly when. These asylum seekers were the lucky last, arriving at Christmas Island yesterday after being intercepted last week. Their refugee claims will be processed here. 54 others picked up this morning near Scott Reef face a very different future. They'll be the first deported under the government's Malaysia solution.
Will life be perfect and easy for everybody sent to Malaysia? Of course it won't be.
They'll undergo pre-transfer checks first to see whether they're fit to fly. Some vulnerable people, such as unaccompanied children, could be spared.
People smugglers should not assume that there's a blanket exemption in place.
The Greens don't want to see anyone being expelled to Malaysia.
Asylum seekers are supposed to be sent within 72 hours, but the government says the first transfer could take up to a month, potentially longer if lawyers get involved.
You certainly couldn't rule out a legal challenge when people's lives are at stake.
The real test for the government will be whether the policy stops boat arrivals. It's already claiming a slowdown since the proposal was announced as evidence of some success. Though even at the current rate, the 800 quota would be filled in about 4 months.
I am very doubtful that this really is going to stop the boats.
I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We've only just inked this agreement. Let's see how it works.
Alex Hart, 7 News.
And 7 reporter Jeff Parry is on Christmas Island. And Jeff, when will this new boatload of refugees arrive?
Sharon, the word on the streets here on Christmas Island is that we will see this latest boatload of asylum seekers on Thursday. It's about a 3 or 4 day sail from Scott Reef, where they were picked up. Now, immigration tell me that they'll be landed in the usual way and then bussed to the Phosphate Hill Detention Centre. Only then will they be told that they're not going to be allowed to stay in Australia. They'll be given medical checks, they'll be photographed, fingerprinted prior to being shipped out. And there are concerns that some of them might get a bit angry when they discover that they're not welcome here in Australia. There's a big federal police presence on the island in case of any unrest. Sharon?
All right, Jeff, thanks for that.